everybody, it's Chris back with another review for the Blue Collar Beer Gourmet. This is your first time to my channel. Welcome. My name is Chris. I am the Blue Collar Beer Gourmet. I like to review craft beer and I don't like to pay a lot of money doing it. So I usually keep my beers around the $2 range, and that's the story behind this channel. Today's selection is a local selection for myself. I'm here in Vegas, and this is the bluffingisntweisse hefeweizen from Bad Beat Brewing. Once we get the glare, there we go, that's coming in. This 12-ounce can cost me only $1.79. It has an ABV of 5.1, don't have the IBUs on it. Normally, hefeweizens and wheat beers, German wheat beers, come in between 4.3 and 5.6, so at 5.1 it's well within range. On Untapped, 4 of my friends gave this a cumulative score of 3.69. 3,916 of us have given it a cumulative score of 3.65. Beer Advocate has 15 reviews, giving it a cumulative score of 3.67, which on their scale is good. Those who are unaware or unfamiliar with hefeweizens, it's the modern Weissebier dates from 1872 in Bavaria. Usually, it's very, as from what my research suggests, it is a very Bavarian beer. And by that I mean it seems as though most of the wheat beers came from Bavaria. I think actually the deal is Bavaria had the best wheat for brewing, and so that was why Bavaria became almost synonymous with Weisse beers, or in some cases, and now this is a point of contention for a lot of people I know, but apparently wit beer, which normally just implies white wheat, can also mean wheat beer. And though the German word for wheat is not wit, in fact, wit is the German word for white, there does seem to be a little bit of, I don't even want to say confusion, I want to say a point of contention, that perhaps wit beer does in fact imply wheat as opposed to exclusively white. So anyway, that's the case with that. And I am going to be using my Joseph James hefeweizen glass. Excuse me, I almost said hef glass, but this is actually a Weizen glass. I'm going to be doing that because Joseph James is another local brewer, and I figured since this is a local beer, let's pour it into a local brewer's glass. Alright, getting a little bit of foam already at the top out of this. If you are unfamiliar with the pouring of a hefeweizen, this is how it works. You want to pour at an angle like always. You want to pour most of the contents into the glass, give it a chance for a second, and I'm going to show you. You are actually seeing almost exactly the color of this hefeweizen, a little bit darker than what it actually is. You're seeing a little bit darker on the camera, but for the most part, this is actually, you're seeing the same colors. You can see lots and lots of carbonation. That head is nice and resilient. It's not going anywhere, and I don't see too many of the big bubbles popping. So, okay, yes, now the second part of a hefeweizen pour, excuse me, I almost didn't explain myself fully, is you have to swirl the bottom bit, because it's known for sediment. So you swirl it, and then you pour it into the rest of the glass, and you end up with a hazy factor, which is not really coming through on the camera, but nonetheless, that is the case, because there is sediment in most hefeweizens. That's how you do that. Just a little bit more information about it. List 2-row Munich and white wheat as the wheats that it uses, and does in fact call itself a German Hefe. There we go, German Hefe. So, I have to admit, I'm not a big fan of hefeweizens, never have been. They are known for their banana and clove flavors, and in some cases, when things don't go particularly well, I actually taste rubber bands in hefeweizens. So, anyway, that's the breakdown on that. Let's get to drinking, shall we? Cheers. Well, we definitely got the clove, that's for sure. Lots and lots of clove coming through on that flavor. Fruity esters too. Usually the esters are banana and the phenols are clove. With the hefeweizen, it's not so bad. It's just not my thing. I never really have been fond of hefeweizens. Now this one isn't so bad, like I said. I'm going to describe that as about a medium mouthfeel, just a little bit of spikiness. There's no real alcohol burn. Uh, the aftertaste is definitely banana. I mean, you get clove on the original hit of the tongue, but what remains after that, I would definitely call very, very banana, which is very typical of these beers. There you have it. I mean, it's a hefeweizen. It tastes like bananas and cloves. Um, Although all in all, it's not so bad. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of this variety, and for those of us who aren't big fans of hefeweizens, I'm actually going to recommend this. Not only because it's a local beer, but because I think, well, you know, if sometimes you're trying to learn an appreciation for a beer, and I think this would actually be a good one for those who are trying to learn how to drink hefeweizens. So, gang, until next time. Drink good beer, but don't break the bank doing it. And if you like this, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks, guys. Cheers.